Well, with heart disease being the leading cause of death in the United States, we here at the Balancing Act feel it is important to look at what we can do to help keep our hearts healthy. So today we welcome back to our Fitness 411 series, our Fitness 411 partner, the American Council on Exercise, also known as ACE. And with me once again is Jonathan Ross, an ACE personal trainer and writer for Women's Health magazine. He has some great advice for everybody to keep our tickers in great shape all year round. Hey, Jonathan, good morning. Good to see you again, by the way.
Thank you.
And I know that we're here to talk mainly about staying in shape for better heart health, but first explain to our audience briefly, what is coronary heart disease?
Well, coronary heart disease is when the blood supply to the heart is blocked by fatty deposits. So if it's a partial blockage, the body begins to react in a number of negative ways. The most common symptom talked about is chest pain. Most common in women, though, are things like shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, and disturbed sleep. They have a lot less chest pain than men commonly do. Now, this is more common when you start to get closer to having a heart attack, which is where the heart's blood supply is completely blocked. So that basically starves the muscle of what it needs to stay alive, and the muscle begins to die.
Well, when we think about heart disease, we think that mainly it's a disease and a problem for men. True or false?
It's not just a problem for men, because women have hearts too. Even though men are often thought of as being kind of heartless, they have hearts, and so do women. So heart disease is a factor for everyone. So if your pipes get blocked, your plumbing gets backed up, it's never a good thing, whether we're talking about your house or your heart.
Sure. That's really a good warning, too, for women who may not think it can happen to them. But what are some of the best weapons for fighting heart disease?
Well, you're probably going to guess I'm going to pull out the big two that are good for fighting almost any disease, and that's exercise and healthy eating.
Yep, I knew that was the second one. I did know those were the ones. So what specifically for heart health is considered a good exercise regime?
Well, the idea with heart health is that we want to make sure we're challenging the cardiovascular system to do its job better. And its job is to deliver oxygen to all the tissues in the body. So anything we can do to help the heart, the lungs, and the blood do that more effectively, the better our hearts will be. So doing that most days of the week through simple lifestyle activities like walking the dog, washing the car, housework, things like that can be okay for preventing disease. But the difference between preventing disease and getting in shape is a question of intensity. So almost every day of the week, we just want to have a little bit of activity in. Then 2 to 3 days a week, we want to make sure that we get our body challenged. So we're actually asking that oxygen delivery system, which is driven by that big engine, the heart, is getting challenged to do its job in a much more effective way.
Can you give us some specific examples of what we should be doing?
I sure can. I want everyone to think of exercising 3 ways. So you would exercise either for me, for thee, or for we. So
me,
what
thee,
I
we.
mean,
got it. Okay.
So what I mean by that is you do something for yourself, something that just you enjoy.
That's me.
Or you do something that you know someone that you love enjoys. So you're doing it for them, or you do something that you both share together. So it can be something that you just love, they just love, or that you both love together.
All right, so show me what we can do, because one of the things for me that I always want to get away from is kind of doing the same kinds of exercises all the time. When we're talking about heart health, is there a little twist we can put on it, Jonathan, to make it different,
Absolutely.
fun, and engaging?
You bet. We're going to do jumping jacks, but like you've never done them before.
Jumping jacks, that's kind of not what I had in mind, but all right, Jonathan, I'm
Okay,
game.
here we go.
You know, it's early.
So let's stand up, and
All
we'll
right.
say our traditional jumping jack has you're moving arms in the air overhead and the feet out to the side. So all we're going to do differently at first, just so we keep it simple, is to put one arm up, one arm down, and we'll start our normal jumping jack. So we just switch from there. So you go up and down with the arms. So now we're having a little bit of a different feeling.
And can I tell you that that kind of is working it a little bit harder than like your normal,
Absolutely.
your normal jumping jack?
And it's about to get more fun for you.
Here we go. Well, thank you,
Now we'll
Jonathan.
take the arm, take the feet wide, arms to one side, and then I'll start over here so we don't wind up smacking each other. So now as we jump, we're going to sweep the arms to the side, and you have to stabilize yourself. You have to feel like your body moving side to side. You can also do that open and closed so the arms are a little more balanced.
Can I tell you what else I feel?
Yes.
In this core has got to stay,
Absolutely.
you know, really strong in order to be able to support that.
With that unbalanced movement side to side, you've got to control your movement. So when we have unbalanced movement, you get a better total body challenge. One more option for you. We're going to do more of the traditional arm movement, but we're going to do a front to back movement with the legs.
Oh, that's
hard. So we're going to do this. So now we're doing a front to back movement of the legs with your traditional jumping jack movement with the arms.
Woo! Okay, can we sit down?
Sure can.
Okay. Jonathan, that was my workout. I don't have to go to the gym now. But, you know, in addition to exercise, we know how important diet is to heart health, right? And I know that's something that you talk about a lot. If we want to eat foods that work towards preventing coronary heart disease, what would you suggest?
Absolutely. plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and also if you eat animals that were fed plants. So the closer we get to eating foods as they have naturally occurred, the better off our bodies will be, because that's what our genes are used to getting. It doesn't know what to do with some of the weird foods that we have out there in the world.
That we're putting in our bodies, right? So
Yes.
it really is a lifestyle choice, I think, at the end of the day, is it not? And the sooner a heart-healthy lifestyle is embraced, probably the better.
Absolutely. The moment you begin to make better choices, your heart gets better. And if you wait, though, until you have symptoms and you're starting to get some of that chest pain or any of the other symptoms that we talked about, then you have a much harder task ahead of you. So the sooner you start those healthy behaviors, the sooner your heart gets better. Your body wants you to be healthy, so the minute you start putting what it needs in there, it'll start becoming healthier cell by cell, day by day.
Absolutely. Great advice. Thanks so much for getting my heart going this morning, Jonathan. Good to see you. Looking forward to seeing you again next month.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And if you want more information on exercise and getting into shape, just go to acefitness.org and check out the Get Fit section of their website. Some good stuff there.